Okay, today I'll be installing these two 6.5 inch 36 watt floodlights on the rear of the Mercedes Sprinter. Now these are from Nilight. You can check the link in the description for any of these products. They come with the mounting brackets as well as some stainless steel hardware, really nice metal case with stainless steel screws. Comes with the wiring harness and some fuses for the inline fuse. And the way I'm going to mount them is using the 2-piece magnetic base light LED mounting brackets from Nilight. Now these brackets, you can place them on the roof of your vehicle, meaning that you don't have to drill any holes on the roof of your vehicle, and it will be held on by these super strong magnets. So I have it set up here, how it's going to look, and how it's going to be installed. You can also see that if you loosen these, you can tilt these to any angle you want, and then you can tighten them up. So super excited to get these on the rear of the Sprinter. They're going to give me some extra lighting when I'm reversing, or I just want to flood the area with light. So let's get this install going. And once again, if you like any of these products, check the link in the description below. Let's get this install going. So the way I'm going to be installing the mounting bracket is basically get the magnet, put the provided mount from the LED light bar, then take the provided screw with the lock washer and the provided Allen key. Tighten that up. Then with these provided bolts, 4 bolts, 2 for each side, with a lock washer. Okay, so I placed it in the mounting bracket, put the four bolts, and we're ready to go. All right, so I think that's where the placement will be. So you can check out the video when I installed the 54-inch light bar on how I removed the front seat. But once you have the front seat removed, you're going to use a provided wiring harness. I'm going to run the wires that go to the lights from the base of the Sprinter seat. It's going to come out through the side, well, through the back, and then up into the roof. And then from the base of the seat, we're going to run it up into the switch. And this will be for the rear. So let's run this wire and get it up into the roof, into the gland, and then run it to the back. So the wiring harness for the 2 rear lights has obviously 2 lights, so you have 2 points of connection when you get to the rear. But I'm gonna cut it at this point here so I can feed it through the gland on the roof. And then once I get through the gland on the roof, I can reconnect this back. So I'm going with the wiring harness underneath. Underneath the base, and it will come out the back here. I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to run it all the way up into the roof. This wire isn't long enough. I have some extra wire here. I'm going to run it through the top. I'm going to run it through the top of the gland, down in, and connect to that wire, and then run the wire all the way to the back. So with that wire, I'm going to remove this from the gland. I'm going to come in through here and also go through the rubber seal and into the gland. And from the gland, I'll go down into the van. So now I'll apply some butyl tape starting from the rear and work my way around. And place the gland black on. And just before I wrap everything up, I will apply some lap sealant around here to complete the waterproof seal. I made these little things that go in the roof rail, and to hold the wire, I'm gonna put these in like this. I'm gonna tighten this bolt and then put a zip tie through here and zip tie this so it doesn't move around the wire. That way I'm only using the one gland, and less holes in the roof is always better. Now I can cut these, and this wire can go to the lights. Okay, so we're on the roof of the Sprinter. I'm going to want to clean up this area. Clean it up with some rubbing alcohol. Figure out our placement. And then with the double end wiring harness, I'm going to attach the longer one over here and the shorter one over here, and then that's going to go to the wire that we run right here. Okay, so you can see the placement of the two lights, the two rear lights that I have, and just see how I ran the wire, connected it to that post, and then it's running along the rail going into the ground. And I left this wire a bit longer so that if I do want to have light right at the bottom, I can remove it and stick it on the bottom like this, so that way I could have light directly on the floor if I needed to. And then when I'm done, I could take it off and put it back up. For the switch for the rear light bar button, which I'm going to put inside of here, this is the stock cover. Then I can put this stuff on. And install it. Okay, so with the button and the toggle switch, I'm going to take the wire that we ran from under the driver's seat. I'm going to split the red wire, and I'm going to put the jumper in between it. And with this extra black wire I have, I'm going to cut the red wire, use this 2-wire black wire, connect it, and run it from under the van, under the base seat of the driver's seat, through here, fish it through up to our switch, and now that will turn it off and on. So I'll go ahead and put the button cover back on, and then I'll have all four buttons in line. Okay, with the buttons in place, I'm going to go ahead now, and from the wiring harness, I'm going to attach the red and black to the positive of the auxiliary battery and the negative of the auxiliary battery right down there. Okay, so now with the negative and positive connected to the auxiliary battery, we can go ahead and turn this on, and then turn on the rear light bar switch. This light will then come on, and the rear light should be on. So now we can zip tie all these wires neatly away, and put the seat back on and install everything in the reverse order. Okay, so to complete the waterproof seal, I'm going to be using lap sealant black, and I'm going to put it around the gland, and this is self-leveling, so after I put this on, it will give me a waterproof seal. Okay, that will level out and give me the waterproof seal. I also want to tighten these up so that that rubber seal seals everything up. Okay, we got the rear lights installed. So let's check out how they work, as well as the perimeter lighting all the way around. We'll get some nighttime shots. Alright, so we got all the lights, 360-degree perimeter lighting. Mainly, this back here is what I want to light up, especially when I'm putting the trailer on and I'm loading up the car. Got plenty of light. And those are the two 6.5-inch LED light bars from Nilight. Again, link is in the description if you want to pick up some of these night lights for yourself. It's Nilight 6.5-inch 2-piece floodlights.